Whenever you're ready.
All right. My name is Chad. I'm on the affirmative side for why the drinking age should be lowered from 21 to 18 in the United States. So one of my first claims is one of my first facts is gonna be that although that many believe that anyone under the age of 21 is prohibited from consuming alcohol in the United States, underage drinking is actually allowed in 29 states if it's done on private premises with parental consent, and it's actually allowed in 25 states for religious purposes, and 11 states if it's for educational purposes. So I think that's a good fact that a lot of people don't know about that, and it is a true fact, and that's from drinkingageprocon.org. And then another main claim that I'm sure you've already heard being in this class is that if you're 18 years old and in the United States, you have the right to vote and the right to serve, or you're able to serve in the military, but and you can take a bullet for your country serving in the military. So if those are true, then you should also be able to consume alcohol, in my opinion. So anyone under 21 already automatically, since it's an illegal act to drink alcohol if you're under 21, sees alcohol as a sort of forbidden fruit, and the curiosity often leads to more people under the age of 21 drinking anyways. And 22% of all the students under 21 years old, compared to 18% over 21, are heavy drinkers. So it's proven more likely that if you are under 21, it's more likely that you're going to be a heavier drinker if you do choose to drink. And 32% among the drinkers only, so if you choose to drink, 32% of underage, compared to 24% of legal age, are heavy drinkers. So it's more likely that it's more likely that you're gonna. I'm confused. Excuse me for a second. All right. I'm just gonna move on to my next point. If the legal drinking age were to be 18, colleges would also be able to regulate the alcohol so that the students don't get overly intoxicated. It would be another point that would limit a lot of the deaths that are caused among college drinking, because they don't drink until college. And then once you're in college, you end up consuming too much alcohol, and it creates a lot of deaths that way. The enactment of the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1894 prompted states to raise their legal age for purchase of possession of alcohol from 21, with the risk of losing. One of the main reasons, because I'm sure you guys have heard, or we've talked about in the class I know before, about how in like 1984, most of the states raised their drinking age back up to 21 when it previously got lowered in the 70s due to mainly because of Vietnam, and there was a lot of tension because the soldiers could go to war but they weren't able to drink. So a lot of the states raised their lowered their drinking age from 21 to anywhere between 18, 19, and 20. And then during 1984, a lot of the states ended up raising it they raised it back to 21. But it was due mainly because of there was a risk for losing millions in highway funds for federally across the states if they weren't going to change the drinking age back. So underage drinking accounts for 17.5%, or 22.5 billion of all the consumer spending for alcohol in the United States. So again, that's 17.5% and 22.5 billion of all of the. So if you were able to just eliminate that, you you would probably make even more money because you wouldn't have to legally go about getting the alcohol. There's a good amount of money that could be, taxed or various ways the government can make money on it if they did lower the drinking age as well, which would be a positive. Then an estimated 2 out of every 1,000 occasions of illegal drinking by youth under 21 results in an arrest, which shows if only 2 out of every 1,000 occasions of this underage drinking occurs in arrests, that the police do not enforce the law too strictly, or if only out of 1,000 times 2 times happens, then it's not being enforced as much as it should be. So it should probably be lowered for that reason. And so by 1982, when the drunk driving fatality statistics began to decrease, only 14 still had a 21 only law in the books, so there was actually a lot of states that were still 18 and could buy alcohol, but the drunk driving statistics actually started to decrease. But then in 1984, as I previously stated, they changed it back to 21 due to the highway, they would cut the funds. So I think that if that did not happen, then it could have ended up balancing out after the first couple of years of changing it down to 18, and it could have, the statistics could have, the drunk driving could have become less of a factor. And then 28% of high school students admit to missing at least one class or course a year because they have a hangover, which is just another statistic to show you that there are a good amount, most people in high school or under the age of 18 are already drinking alcohol anyways, so if lowering the drinking age would be a positive thing.